Hello everyone, this is Mauricio here at Tico Laser Creations, and today we're going to be working on making some jigs to mount your coffee cups, coffee tumblers to your shock rotary attachments. As you know, especially when we come to the larger sizes, it's difficult to mount them in there to balance or actually to hold them in there when it comes to the larger sizes. These ones are made that can be cut in your laser machine. I know that there are some versions out there with STL files for 3D printing, but not everybody has a 3D printer. So we're gonna be doing this, and the way they work is basically we use the seal that comes with the lids for the cups. So it's a tight fit, easy to replace them. You know, just finish one cup, put the next one in, and let's go. And it uses the seal for the lid of the cup, so it's a perfect fit. The files are going to be available for free. At the end of the video, I'm going to be walking you through how to do it, and we'll show you how this works. Basically, you mount the cup in here. We'll close that a little bit. So mount the jig in there. You take your cup and put it in there. Now it's a perfect fit. It's not gonna wobble or anything. Same with this one. Same thing here. I love my shock knob, I call it. So we just get this in here. It's in there nice and tight. Now we just get the cup. As you can see, now we go around, no wobble, no nothing. It's just like if it was in the lid of the cup anyways. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna be using a couple of things in Library in order to make this super simple. And again, like and subscribe. Let's get to the computer and walk you through the process of making this. Thank you. All right, so this is super fast. The design part is super fast, super simple. Basically, we take our Yeti cup or whatever cup you're gonna be using that you need a jig for, and you know, it works with the cups that are not with the shredded lids in it. So basically we take the lid, and the first thing we're gonna do is take the seal out. We're gonna need this once we have the jig ready. And then we're gonna take our caliper. We're gonna measure a couple of things. We need to measure the part that the cup goes into. This one says that I have about 92.5 millimeters. And so we're gonna write down that measurement there. And then we need to measure in the little slit there where the seal goes. We're gonna measure that and figure out. It says here that it's 88.2. And then once we have those measurements, we're gonna make the back piece a little bit bigger as a stop. So basically what we're gonna do right now, we're just gonna go into the computer. Let's go, let's do it. It will take us a couple minutes. What we're going to do is to draw a couple of circles. And we're just gonna take this one. This is going to be our back, our main circle, the back stop. And we're gonna call that one 100. This is for the Yeti cup. So the 30 ounces. So we're gonna call it 110 by 110. So perfect circle there. Once we have that, we are just going to, instead of drawing more circles, we're just going to duplicate it and change that to, let's see, we said that the part that goes into the cup is 92.5. So 92.5. We got that there. We move that circle out. We're going to duplicate it again. And then we're going to size it up to the piece that will hold the seal, the ring, the rubber ring. So that one we said it is, when we measure, is 88.2 millimeters. So 88.2 millimeters, we have it right there. Okay, so we're just gonna see, yeah, it is perfect. It's just slightly smaller than the other one. Okay, so Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our center circle where the jaws are going to grab into. That one we're gonna say 60 millimeters for that one. We just want it to be there enough to make it. So what we did here is we just gonna highlight it, put it in the center of the big circle, and use the center tool, center it, and you do the same for all the other circles. All right, so these are the three main pieces. Now what we're going to do here, let's just double check. Yep, that's perfect. And that goes in there. Yes. All right. So this one we are going to duplicate it because we're going to need two pieces, two of those. That one, the second one is going to be cut in 3 millimeters. Everything else is 6 millimeters. This main circle, the back piece, the stop, we're going to make it a little bit fancier because sometimes you have to kind of grab it to put the cup in there, do it like a little twist. So we're going to add a little something there. So just make it a little look nicer and have a little to grab into. So we're going to take just a small hexagon. It doesn't really matter. You can use a circle, you can use a square, whatever you want. We're going to use a hexagon here. We are going to highlight the hexagon and the circle, go into arrange, and then a copy along the path. We're going to do rotate along the circle, and then we're going to add 32 copies of it. All right, so this is what we got now. We're going to take the main circle again, and we're going to hide it. So just going to put it into a different layer, hide it. I did that so I can take all the hexagons and group them. Let's see, we're just going to make sure to group all of them. All right, got all of them grouped. Bring the circle back, put it into the same layer, color red. That's what we're going to do here. And now that we have all of them, just highlight it and go to Boolean Union. And this is what we got now, like a nice gear looking like piece that is going to give us some grip well, if we have to turn it a little bit when we put the cup. Now we're just going to send this to the laser machine, get it cut. Like I said, these three pieces are going to be in 6 millimeters. And one of the 92.5 pieces, we're going to cut it in 3 millimeters in just a little bit. So now that we have all this stuff here, you see, as I told you, that was going to be super simple, just a couple of minutes doing that. And now we're just going to send it to the machine. All right, so here we have the 4 pieces all cut, ready to go. The beauty about this project is you can just use a bunch of leftover from other projects that you have, so just save some there. So we take one of the, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to use some glue, but we're gonna put a little bit of wood glue since we're using plywood. You can use acrylic or whatever, but we take one of the, this is our backstop piece. Take one of the larger pieces, the 92.5, and we're gonna glue it there. And then we're gonna take the smaller piece, 88.2 I believe it was. We're gonna put it in there, and then we glue the final piece, which is the 92.5 and 3 millimeters. We're gonna put it and glue it in there. So once that is glued and all that stuff, we're just gonna add the seal into this part over here, and everything will be ready to go. Let's get into the gluing part. We take all the parts and glue them together using the center circle as a guide for the alignment. All right, now then we have the jig all glued up and ready to go. We come into the lid for the cup. Take the seal off and just put it right here. Just place it right there in the little notch we did for it. Make sure that everything is inside, all good to go. And then now we just go in, put it into the rotary. Now we'll take our cup, and here we go. Our perfect. Let's say that you already engraved that one. You need to switch it to the other one. Take this one off, take the next one, put it in, send the file again. So if you're doing kind of a bunch of cups with the same design or stuff like that, you just take one off, put the next one in. Hope everything has been helpful for you guys, and thank you again for sticking all the way to this point of the video. All right, here we are. By now you should have your own cup jig to mount your cups into your rotary, made and designed by yourself in Lightburn. If you still want the files, of course, that's what I promised. They're going to be in the description of the video. There's a link to my Laser World Facebook group, and if you go there to the files section of the group, you're gonna find the files for these ones. You can just download. I'm gonna make them available in Lightburn format in DXF or SVG, and you can just download them, send them to your laser, cut them, glue them up, and let's go. Until next time, take a laser, Mauricio out.